What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. I want the continental Africans to especially pay attention to this video because you guys have never been educated really, on why it is that even though African Americans are doing very well, like I said in my other video, we're doing very well despite all the things that white European have done to us, right? But I don't think you guys are fully aware of the gravity of what they've really done to us. Because we have built the Black Wakanda in America several times. And every single time we have built our Black Wakandas in America several times, white people get jealous and they destroy it. Now, all you FBA and ADOS who don't know your American history, who say that y'all want to stay in America and fight. You want to stay in America. You want to disconnect yourself from Africa. And you want to stay in America and fight. And you always say, why can't we build our own communities? Why can't we do this? And why can't we do that? You see, what you don't understand is we have done that several times. And what ended up happening? Our neighbor to our left and to our right gets jealous and destroys it. And they do it in the most unhuman way. That's why I say they're unhuman, savage, barbarian orcs, because they're inhuman in their activities. Inhuman. They have no soul. Okay? There's no soul in there. Because no soul, no human being, no enlightened spirit would do this systematically simply because of their jealousy. Not because they're in any imminent danger. Not because it's going to bring harm to their own particular communities. They're not protecting their communities. They will kill and murder and genocide off the basic feeling, the basic emotion of jealousy. You see, every time we are left alone to mind our own business, because despite the evil things that these savage barbarian Neanderthals do, we never really truly seek revenge upon them systematically. We never do that. We always let it go. And then we go over here and mind our own business and do our own thing and thrive and build ourselves up every time. And when we do that, white people invite themselves into our spaces and destroy it because they can't have it. Because as superior as they say they are, they've never been good enough to build their own white Wakandas without somebody else building it for them. No time in history have they ever built anything under the power of this so-called white power that they say they have. But their pupils, their citizens are so uneducated that with the arrogance of a barbarian, with the arrogance of a Neanderthal orc, they will come out their little thin-ass lips mouths and say that they are the ones who civilized the world, that they are the ones who brought civilization and civilness to all the world's melanated savages. They will look at you in your eye and say that you have never accomplished anything. These uneducated Europeans in America. Sometimes I'll be thinking, what did they put in those history books in them little shitty-ass royal towns in the Midwest, right? To make these people believe that we have not done anything. When in fact, we are the only group that systematically self-elevates themselves without having to subjugate anybody. And we're doing it again now. As you see the African community in America, right, are growing again. Despite every time we grow, they destroy. That's what they're good at. They're good at destroying. They're good at destruction. They're not better than us at it. That's not the first thing we go to. We only destroy when absolutely necessary. These guys destroy as their first decision. These guys has tried to chemically destroy us. They've tried to biologically destroy us. They've tried to physically destroy us. They tried to institutionally destroy us. They tried to economically destroy us. They've tried to destroy us in every way a living being can destroy another living being. And they still fail because they're failures. You understand? There's nothing supreme about them. Despite in their head, they're thinking they're supreme. So I'm going to put some information here because I want you to pay attention to how great we have been in America and how awful these white people who you think have your back, who you think support you, who you think that you're better and who've brainwashed you to think that we're some kind of way. Understand that these are the same savage barbarians that you think have welcomed you to the America. Keep in mind, if it wasn't for us African Americans, all right, fighting the worst, second worst, I don't know, between the South Africans and in South African whites and these white ones, I don't know. They both come from both of them come from the same barbaric peninsula of Asia, right? But activities of the colonies between the South African apartheid and the European barbarians over here, I'm not sure which one's worse. I'm still thinking we got the worst ones, but they got the worst ones now because they're still in power. Somehow they got so much disgusting, right? But you're gonna see what the black person in America has been shielding you from. What we have endured, why we are such warriors. Because in order to live, because keep in mind, we have survived and lived and still thrived under the constant threat of these savage barbarians who still to this day are planning to destroy anything that we build in America. So when you say, FBA, that you want to stay here and fight, understand you're fighting a savage barbarian by yourself, especially since you don't want the support of your brothers and sisters. You're going to have to do it by yourself. Because the rest of us have already figured out that we're leaving the sinking ship. The rest of us have figured out that we need to shield ourselves and unite with our brothers and sisters to continue to battle these barbarians. Because until these barbarians are gone, until these barbarians are extinct, until these barbarians have lost all power within their institutions and systems, we will still have to face the constant threat of these unhuman, savage, barbarian Neanderthals. Anyway, without further ado, this Afro Think Tank, learn something, teach them, I'm out.
Blacks, no Jews, no gays. High up in the Ozark Hills, in the state of Arkansas, dozens of people have been working hard, building houses and a new type of community. It's called Return to the Land, and it is a town open to white people only.
Okay.
It's so weird watching black people get mad at white people for starting functioning white communities. It's like, you know how happy we'd be to see black people start a functioning black community? Like, we would leave you to it. We would be, oh my goodness, good for you guys.
History says otherwise. Every time black Americans built thriving, independent towns, white racists didn't celebrate it. They bombed it. They burned it down, or they buried them under lakes. Greenwood, Tulsa, Black Wall Street. Greenwood wasn't just doing well, it was booming. Doctors, lawyers, pilots, banks, theaters, luxury shops. White racists couldn't stand to see black excellence thrive on its own terms. So in 1921, they dropped bombs, set fires, murdered people in the streets. Survivors said they saw white neighbors wearing their stolen clothes the next day. Rosewood, Florida. Rosewood had 2-story homes, a school, a post office, businesses. A lie about a white woman led to a massacre. White mobs destroyed the whole town. Oscarville, Georgia, now Lake Lanier. Black farmers owned land, made money, raised families. White residents didn't like that. So in 1912, they terrorized every black person out of town. Decades later, the whole community was flooded to build Lake Lanier. Their homes are still at the bottom. Seneca Village, NYC, now Central Park. This was a stable, middle-class neighborhood. Black families owned land, voted, and lived free. Then the city tore it down to build a park. The land is now worth hundreds of millions. The original owners got nothing. Collaja in Susanna, Alabama, now Lake Martin. Collaja had its own school, businesses, and even a railroad. Susanna had homes, churches, and deep roots. Both towns were drowned, literally, under Lake Martin to build a hydroelectric project. And today, people jet ski over the bones of a black legacy. Vanport, Oregon, built during World War II. It was one of the only places black people could live due to racist housing laws. In 1948, officials intentionally failed to warn black residents about rising floodwaters. When the dike broke, a wall of water wiped out Vanport in a single day. Over 18,000 residents were displaced. These towns were thriving, innovative, self-sufficient black communities. And every single time, that success was met with white rage, jealousy, and destruction. Over 200 black towns destroyed by mobs, policy, bulldozers, and floods. This country never minded black poverty. It fears black prosperity.
No blacks.
Wait. Before you go, for all my subscribers and philanthropists out there, I'm building a solar power community water bowl system in Nigeria. It's going to cost between $5,000 and $6,000. I'm trying to raise money. If you want to participate and help me build this solar power water system, please donate to the Cash App and put solar water in the notes. Solar water in the notes. I'll put PayPal, Stripe, and Zelle. Anyway, thank you. That's all I gotta say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach them. I'm out. Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.